Ask and you shall receive. It's very interesting how asking can help contribute to a growing confidence on into lethal confidence. Here's a quote for you. He who asks a question may be a fool for 5 minutes, but he who never asks a question remains a fool forever. Ah, so true. So don't be afraid to ask questions when you don't know the answers to something. You might just be starting out on your journey to learn more about something you want to do, passion, hobby, profession. You might not have a clue where to turn to for information, but that career, hobby, passion, or relationship can be instantly learned more about if you ask questions. Asking friends, family, contacts, associates, neighbors, Google, YouTube. Asking someone who knows where to find or how to do something, that can get something that you need to help you along your way to accomplish your goal. But here's the thing about asking questions. Remember I talked about earlier, create a history of successful decisions. When you can look back on your life and say, wow, I made tons of decisions. They were all successful. You might have missed 1 or 2 marks, it's okay. The point is, for example, myself, throughout my lifetime, I've never been afraid to ask. Never. Because the track record goes like this. I ask, I receive, whether it's information, an extension, whatever it is that I'm asking for. The track record for asking is extremely high. I know friends and family who are afraid to ask. They're afraid to ask something, and I say to them, did you ask? Well, no, I didn't think. I just assumed. I thought. Yeah, that's the problem. You assume. You think. Remember the term think? The problem with that word? You think they won't give it to you. Did you ask? Well, no, all right, I'll call. Yeah, no kidding. My track record shows 10,000 asks, 9,999 yes, here it is. This is what you were looking for. I can do that. I can help you with that. Okay? Now, I'm probably exaggerating to make my point. 9,999 out of 10,000 asks. The point is I can look back on my life to say, every time I've asked, I've gotten at least a percentage of what I asked for. Well, we can't do that, but here's what we can do. We can do this. Will that help you? Oh, that'll be great. Thanks. Appreciate that. I remember my mom got off the phone with like an insurance company or something, and she said, well, we didn't get it. And I'm like, well, did you ask? Well, I didn't know to maybe do that or this. And that's something else too, because with practice, you become almost a professional asker. Is that a word? Asker? I'm not going to ask her. No, I'm a professional asker. It's like a A-S-K-E-R. Anyhow, the point is, your skill at asking becomes more honed. So now, Mom, give me the phone number. I'll call him. Yeah, I was going to ask you a question about this, and this, and suppose this were the scenario. Would this be possible if this and this were in place and we could do this? Oh, yes, that is totally possible. Yeah, we can make that happen. Great. Okay, make it happen. And then let me get my mom on the phone because she's the account holder and you can talk with her directly. Oh, no problem. I'll be patient. I'll wait. So through the art of asking, first of all, you have to initiate. From initiating the asking part, you then get an answer. Chalk that one up on the chalkboard as a success, victory, 1. And then you do it again. You do it again. You do it again. You do it again. This compounds your success record with asking. Now you walk through life. Something comes up. Your confidence to ask the question is 1,000,000%. Yes. Hey, no, whoa. Question. XYZ, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you can do that? Okay, great. All right, thanks. See, wasn't that easy? So asking and you shall receive goes beyond, farther than just, I'm going to ask a question and get the answer. No. There is an art to asking questions, building a successful history of asking questions, because asking questions gets you up and over hurdles and obstacles. Just even today, I ran into a couple of computer snares, a couple of quirks in some kind of software. And immediately I got on the phone with the manufacturer and I said, hey, got a question. This, and this. Oh, Bart, we'll take care of that right away. Okay, great. Thanks so much. I mean, I don't even hesitate anymore. There's a problem, something beyond my capabilities or doabilities or resources. I just ask. I go right to a source that can help me. No concerns, fear of embarrassment. I don't care. I just go right to the source as quickly as possible. Because, like I've said earlier, what pain would you rather feel? Would you rather feel the pain of just sitting there like a sitting duck, wallowing in your sorrows of having these problems? Or the pain of, I'm going to ask, 50% chance I'm going to get rejected or turned down, or I'm not going to get what I want, but there's a 50% chance I might win, and then I could get relief. So start asking questions, a lot of questions, every day. Become a sponge of information. We talked about that. Always seek, always search after that which improves you, helps others, and more. And asking those questions and asking a lot of questions. Here's a quote from Mark Twain. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly. I simply said, I don't know. And that's a truth as well. The older you get, the more you realize you don't know stuff. When you're young, you have to kind of compensate. Oh, I know everything. It's sort of a cocky confidence to compensate for really not having much life experience, training or education, time in the saddle, time in the classroom, because you're a freshman or something like that. But the older you get, you realize, oh my God, there's so much I don't know. And so asking questions and just, look at Google. Google is like, what is Google to you? It's like a library at your fingertips. It's an answer person to answer your questions. What is this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Amazing tool Google is. YouTube as well. So here's a quote for you. It's not the answer that enlightens, but the question. It's not the answer that enlightens, but the question. So create a history of successful moments where you ask questions about anything and push the envelope. One more question? One more question? Who was that investigator? Columbo, I think. He would always be on the way out the door, but then he would turn around and say, I got one more question. One more question. Yo, okay, hey, I get it. One more question. So ask. If you're down in the dumps, you need a break, you need this, you need an extension on your bill, you need anything, don't be afraid to ask. That fear you have of asking is going to be chipped away with time. The first time you ask, can I please maybe have? Great, you put one foot forward. The second time you ask, hi, I called the last time and I was able to get, may I have it again? Okay, great, thanks. Third time you call, 6 months ago I called to get this. I need to get that again. May I have it? And always be courteous, kind. May I, please, thank you, say the things that count. And I'll throw in this other little tip, this little bonus here. When you ask people for information, depending on what it is, infuse a little humor in with the asking so you sort of get the other person on the other line or wherever they're at to sort of let their guard down a little bit so they're not so high strung. Oh, I'm dealing with another customer, another complaint, another request. They go through that all day long. So when I call in, for example, let's say I need an extension on the water bill for my house. So I call in, hi, this is the water company. How can I help you? Hi, yes, I'm calling in to get an extension on my bill, but before that, I'm really thirsty. Can I have a cup of water? And 9 times out of 10, if they don't get it, these people, they drop the phone in laughter. Another one is, I'm calling the gas company and I need an extension on my bill or whatever it is. Again, you're asking for something and it's kind of bold. Hey, I need some help. It takes confidence to call places like this and ask for help. So infuse humor in there. So gas company, how can I help you? Hi, I've called to discuss my bill. I need to get an extension, but I just came back from lunch and I've got terrible gas. Can you help me? I mean, these people fall over themselves when I talk like that. I'm infusing humor. They laugh. You're a breath of fresh air. They love you for not being so on them like everybody else. They're more than happy to spend extra time with you and press a few extra keys to give you what you need. You know, you create a track record, a history of that kind of calling into the utility companies, calling anyone, dealing with anyone face to face. I mean, you should see me when I'm at like just the store. It's a hysterical, you know. But the point is, you create a history of that in your mind. And before you know it, you are a walking, lethally confident person to ask questions about any topic to anyone. Because when you're done asking the question and you got the information you needed, the last thing out of your mouth is, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. And you know what? Some people don't hear that enough. And you just made their day. And you know what you did? You kicked karma around the world, the universe, to come back your way next time. Because when you walk in there and you need some help with something else, because you're going to ask again, maybe you get the same person and they remember you. That happened to me when I called the utility company for the gas company and I gave that same old line, I just came back from lunch, I've got terrible gas. Can you help me? And the lady says, oh my gosh, I remember you. I remember you. You were funny. Yeah, let's get your account going. I want to help you. Do you see this? Do you see how this works? Anyhow, I think you got the message. Don't be afraid to ask. Ask. Get your answer. Be kind. Say please. Say may I. Say thank you. Infuse a little humor. Create a track record, a history of asking questions, because that will bring you information. You'll have so much more knowledge because you're asking instead of just sitting around, I don't know. You know, I've seen those people. They don't ask and they suffer. They suffer because they didn't ask for this or they didn't ask for the extension. They didn't ask for what was possible. Asking is a powerful tool to help increase your confidence, just as I've explained. And even if you don't know what to ask, you can start off with this question. Hi, I need some help. I don't even know what to ask for, but here's the situation. What do I do? Yeah. Hey, now go out there and ask someone that first question and say, yeah, Bart told me to go ask a question. I'm going to go ask and I'm going to learn. I'm going to say, may I, and please, and thank you. And I'm going to infuse humor. And another friend of mine, she says, Bart, I'm just not as good as you when I get on the phone or talking to people, you know, in person and such. And I said, well, it takes practice. I wasn't born with this. It takes practice. It's fun. And especially when you're infusing humor and you're trying to be funny and you trip and fall and it's not that funny. I mean, that's hilarious too because, cricket. I guess I'll work on my skit back to the drawing board at the Comedy Store. You know, it's hilarious. And anyhow, thank you for listening to this segment on Ask and You Shall Receive. Because the truth is, confidence is also built from asking questions, learning, interacting with others, creating that track record. I could wake up any morning. If there's a problem, there's a fire, you know, like with something like a bill or this or that, I am confident I can just pick up the phone or shoot an email or create a support ticket and just ask. Ask, and then bam, fire's out. That's what I'm talking about with lethal confidence. Good stuff. Hey, are you enjoying this audio? Are you enjoying learning this stuff? I hope you are. Oh, did I ask a question? Gee, I asked a question. How is the audio doing for you? How's this information coming along? Are you loving it? See, and when you say, yes, Bart, yes, it's great. I can't wait to get to the next audio. Well, what does that do for me? It makes me feel good that I asked, because otherwise I'm just sitting here like, gee, I wonder if they like it. Don't just sit there, ask. Hey, what do you think? I love it. It's great. Hey, I love it. It's great. It makes me feel good. And when I feel good, my confidence is good. I'm riding high. I am maintaining my lethal confidence. And just a last little tip on asking. Look at it like this. If you don't ask, you remain or sustain or prolong the black hole or fog or state of confusion, don't know what to do, kind of state of mind. That represents sort of a feeling of doubt. I don't know. I don't know if. I don't know what to do. I don't know. That sabotages lethal confidence. I don't know. Of course, we know how profound that could be when it's actually turned around in the opposite direction. Hey, I don't know. Tell me. But when you're in that state of doubt, I don't know if, I wonder, maybe, is it possible? Oh my gosh, you've got to get out of that zone. So, without asking, you remain in doubt, not in the know. But when you ask, you get to know, you get information, and that contributes to your confidence. So if you want to contribute to your confidence, ask a lot of questions. Ask one question every day. If you want to remain with a lack of confidence and low self-confidence, low self-esteem, doubt, worry, then don't ask. Just go about life, just not learning anything, and see how that pans out for you. It won't for long. Eventually, you're going to say, I can't stand being like this anymore. I got to find out the answer to this question. I mean, just in the past 2 to 3 months, have I been bombarded with situations of life where I didn't know the answers. So I got on the phone. I went to the web. I went to the internet. I went to Google. I went to this. I went to that source, this website. I got the answers. I downloaded the forms. I can't tell you how many times people call me or we're in conversation and they tell me about their situation. And I go, well, did you ask? Well, did you go to this? Did you go to that website? Did you search? And here's the answer for all those questions. No, 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 and no, and no, and no, and no. I didn't know. No, I didn't know. People, I'm telling you, ask. Ask and you shall receive, and it will help build lethal confidence in you when you create the track record, the history of asking. Gosh, I've asked so many questions over the past year with, Bart's prompting me, motivating me, and you know what? He's right. I get the answers quickly. I put that into the mix. I fix that problem. I put that fire out. I'm on to the next thing. I've got my day cleared. I've got no worry. And that's the thing too. People worry because they don't know. You just got to ask. I know it's a very fearful thing. You're afraid to ask. You're afraid to call the bank. Yeah, you just dinged me for 3 NSFs. Oh, that's a total of $90, $30 per hit. Listen, I know I can't get them all reversed, but what about just one of them? Because, one of them is like a pizza dinner for me and my family. So if you want, keep the $60 for the bank, take your cut, of course. But can you reverse just one this one time? I've never asked in like 6 months or so. Could you just reverse at least one? Well, I'll tell you what, I really loved your angle on this. And because it's your first time, and these were done on the same day, and you told me why, I'm going to reverse all of them. You're going to get all of your $90 back. I mean, I've been there. They've done that. But it's because I asked kindly, infused a little humor in there, and rock and roll. So people, folks, ask and you shall receive, and watch your confidence grow into lethal confidence, just like mine.